Hi guys, my name's Lisa and I'm going to take you today for your Pilates for All class. You don't need any equipment for today. If you do have a mat, or if you don't have a mat, you just need this amount of space. So just open your hands out left and right and just make sure you have that much space out to the sides and either side as well, okay? If you do have any issues with your neck, you can have a little cushion for your neck when we're doing our abs. So you could have a cushion or a hoodie just folded up just to support your neck and head, okay? So I'll remind you of that later on in the class as well, okay? So we're going to start with Mermaid. So you can start in a Z sitting position. So you have your front foot tucked into the front, back foot to the back, knees bent, okay? If anyone has any hip issues, the back leg, you can keep straight out to the front instead, okay? The front foot, if it's too much to have it tucked in really close towards your groin, have it a little bit further out as well, all right? Otherwise, we have the front foot tucked right the way in and the back foot back, okay? We're going to sit really, really tall. Try and have your breastbone forward and just roll your shoulders away, let them relax, because we want to keep the space between your shoulders and your ears. We're going to take a big inhale, and as you exhale, you can lower your right elbow down, reach your left arm up and over. Now when you reach the left arm up and over, really try and reach the arm as far out of the shoulder socket as you can. Start to feel that stretch across the left side of the body. Release your shoulders from your ears, and then with a big inhale, draw a rainbow with that left arm in the sky. Exhale, right arm up and over. Same thing on this side. Reach that right arm as far over and out of the shoulder socket as you can. Get that lovely stretch all the way through the ribs and hips. And then again, inhale, hand comes over, elbow comes down, opposite arm reaches up and over. Feeling that space. And then again, big inhale as you draw that rainbow, exhale, opposite arm up and over. Hold for 2 to 3 seconds each side, and then switch. Now, as you're switching from left to right, you want to make sure your breastbone is facing forward all the time. You're not twisting in the move, so I'm not twisting down to my mat. I'm facing forward all the time. Same thing as I go to the opposite side. And always just remind yourself, just keep that bit of space between the shoulders and the ears. We'll go for another 2. And we'll go for our last one. Now this time, instead of bringing your right elbow down, bring your right hand down to the mat. So I'm going to go fingertips to the mat. As I reach my left arm over, I'm going to lift my hips and press them forward. I'm going to reach and lift, press my hips forward. I'm going to lower back down. Stay with that left arm. Again, I'm going to reach and lift, and I'm going to lower back down. Just try to open out those hips. You come forward onto your knees, hips lift and lower down. We're going to go for 4 more. Lift and press. And 3. Keep that space between your shoulders and your ears. Last 2. And then go for your last 1. Lower down. You can pop your hands onto your knees and just roll your shoulders out. When you're ready, then bring your hands out in front of your chest. Have them about shoulder width apart, thumbs up towards the ceiling. Sitting up nice and tall again to start. This time you will be moving and twisting. So we're going to inhale, arms come up, I lift my breastbone up. As I exhale, I'll move my breastbone to the right, face to the right. I'm going to reach my arms to the right, reach them forward, let my breastbone come forward. Reach to the left, breastbone to the left, up overhead, and then I'll do that again. So you want to rotate through your chest, through your shoulders, reaching the arms out as you do. Try and get as much movement as you can and take your breath with you. So I like to exhale as I do my circle and inhale as I come back towards center. Now, as you're doing this move, you might find that your knees try to lift. So just try and keep, as best you can, keep those knees down. We'll get a greater stretch into the hips if you do. Go for another 2. And last 1. Then you can reverse it. Move to the left first. Reach the hands forward, across to the right, and all the way around. Now take your breath with you, take your eye focus with you, and remember you're lifting the breastbone up, flexing to the side, flexing to the front, all the way around. Last 2. And last 1. Bring it to center and roll the shoulders away. So the shoulders and hips should be starting to warm up now. We're going to do all of that on the other side. So we're just going to change the legs around. Opposite foot forward, opposite foot back. If again you have any injuries in the hips, you can just bring that leg out to the side or to the front. Opposite foot can come out a little bit further, okay? Otherwise we keep the feet tucked back and close towards the body. Try and keep the knees down. Sit up really, really tall, lengthen the spine, roll the shoulders away. Big inhale, and as you exhale, left elbow comes down, right arm up and over. Keeping the space between the shoulders and the ears, really lengthen through the space between the ribs and the hips. Big inhale, arm comes up, draw a rainbow in the sky. Exhale, opposite arm up and over. Then again, big inhale and big exhale. You should really start to feel your body lengthening with this movement. You should feel a good stretch in the hips just by sitting in this position. And try not to let your sit bones, the bony parts of your bum, lift dramatically off the mat. Now your back bum cheek will lift a little bit, don't panic if it does, but as best you can, try to keep them close to the mat. We'll go for another 3. Take your breath with you. Keep the breastbone forward. Last 2. And then last 1. This time, instead of bringing that left elbow down, we're bringing the hand down. You can go fingertips or you can go flat hand. Big inhale, exhale, we're going to reach the right arm over, press those hips forward, and then lower the arm down. Then again, lift over, lift and reach. And again, press your hips forward as you reach. And again, take your eye focus to that top hand, keep the length in the neck. We'll go for another 4. And 3. And 2. And last 1. Release. Pop your hands on your knees. You can roll the shoulders away. When you're ready then, hands come out in front of the chest. Same width as last time, just about shoulder width apart, thumbs facing up towards the ceiling, externally rolling your bones out. When you're ready then, knees stay down. Inhale, arms come up. Flex the body up. Reach to the left. Flex the body forward. Flex to the right. Overhead lean back at the top. And then we go again. So we're moving the breastbone to the left, breastbone forward, breastbone to the right, all the way around. Keeping the space between our shoulders and our ears as we do, and trying our best to keep the knees down as we do. Another 1 in this direction. And then we can reverse it. Leaning back at the top, reaching to the right, reaching to the front, to the left, and all the way around. Do as big a movement as your body will allow. We're still just warming up, so don't panic if you're not doing a huge movement. We'll go for 3. For 2. And the last 1. Bring the hands down to your knees. Roll your shoulders away. Now the next movement that we're going to do is spine twist, okay? So what we're going to do, if you sit just a little bit further back, pop your feet out nice and wide, okay? You're going to flex your feet towards your face here. You can have your feet as wide as you want, okay? So as we're doing this movement, if you feel it's too small, go a little wider. If you feel it's too big a stretch, bring the feet closer together. If you struggle to sit in this position, if there's any injuries in the inner thigh, the groin, in around the pelvis, you can do this movement with your feet crossed instead, if that's a little bit easier for you, or with the feet a little bit closer together and just focus on the movement of the spine instead, okay? So there are your modifications. Change the position of the feet to smaller or to like I'm sitting right now. You can always put a little cushion underneath your bum as well, just to prop you up if you find it uncomfortable to sit upright like this, okay? So I'm going to do the movement just like this, feet flexed towards my face, and I'm going to sit up tall on the bony parts of the bum, or as tall as I can. Lengthen through my spine, chest is facing forward to start, shoulders are down, my arms come out. Now when my arms come out, I try not to scrunch my shoulders up to my ears, just release the shoulders before we start. I'm going to take a big inhale, exhale, I'm just going to twist, bring my arm to the center of my body. Bring it to center again. Then again, twist just to center and bring it back. Just to center and bring it back. Go for 3. For 2. And last 1. Center, hold it here. Release the arms if you need to, roll the shoulders away. Now the next time as we twist, we're going to reach opposite hand to the opposite baby foot. So I bring my arms out, release my shoulders. Big inhale. Exhale, I'm going to twist. Reach for the opposite baby toe. I'm going to pulse. 1, 2, 3. Bring it to center. I'm going to twist. I'm going to pulse. 1, 2, 3. Bring it to center. And again, I'm going to twist. 1, 2, 3. To center. Big inhale. Exhale, twist. 1, 2, 3. 4 more. Twist. Move your spine. Feel the movement happening from your back. Rotate and reach. Reach the arm out of the shoulder socket. Take your eye focus to the backhand. Last 2. Big inhale. Exhale. Last 1. And bring it to center and release. Bring your feet in side by side. I'm just going to turn so you can see me on the mat. Next move we're going to do is spine stretch, just to release it out a little bit. So I'm going to sit nice and tall on the bony parts of my bum, and I'm going to bring my feet nice and close together. I'm going to try and sit nice and upright to start. Feet are flexed, legs together as I said. We're going to inhale, arms come up overhead. As I exhale, I'm going to flex my body forward. I'm going to reach for my toes, or if you can't reach for the toes, reach for your ankles, your shins, your knees. And I'm going to do a little pulse. Try and get my chest down towards my thighs. You can bend your elbows, bring your feet towards your face, and then I'm going to hold. Sink a little deeper every breath. And then slowly, I'm going to release my hands. I'm going to stack my spine upright, bring my head up, arms up. Big inhale at the top. Exhale, I'm going to flex forward, reach my hands forward. I'm going to pulse down, bending my elbows, trying to get my chest close to my thighs. You should feel a big stretch up the backs of your thigh bones here, and then hold. Deep breaths. And then I'm going to stack the spine up, releasing the hands. Big inhale to the top. And then again, exhale, flex forward, reach for the feet. Pulse, bending the elbows. Getting that little bit closer to your thighs every time. Stacking the spine up. We'll go for one more. Flexing the body forward. And release it. Hold it there. And stack the spine up. From there, just roll your shoulders away. We're going to stay sitting just like this. We're just going to bring the feet about shoulder width apart. So bend your knees, feet about shoulder width apart. Now I want you to spread your toes, plant your feet into the mat, give yourself good base and support. We're going to sit upright on the bony parts of the bum. Bring your hands out in front of your chest, palms facing towards each other, and roll your shoulders away. We're going to do a move called C curve. So you're going to be going into a C-shaped position. So from sitting upright, I'm going to take a big inhale. As I exhale, I'm going to roll off the bony parts of the bum. So I tilt my pelvis forward. I'm going to scoop my tummy back, scoop my chest back, and start to roll back. As I roll back, my arms are still reaching forward. I'm looking at my belly button. I'll go back into a C-shaped position. When I'm back here, I'll take an inhale. And as I exhale, I'll stay in that C-shaped position as I come back up. Once my shoulders are over my hips, I can sit up tall, stack the spine up onto the bony parts of the bum. Then I'll do that again. Big inhale. Exhale, roll off the bony parts of the bum. Scoop the tummy back, scoop the chest back, but keep reaching your arms forward. Keep sending the belly button back, look towards that belly button. Big inhale at the bottom. Exhale, we're going to peel back up. Waiting until our shoulders are over our hips to sit up tall, roll the shoulders away. We're going to do that 2 more times. Big inhale, exhale, roll off the bony parts of the bum, peel back. Tuck your chin in, keep the length in the back of your neck, and peel back up. Try your best to keep your feet down on the mat, so press those feet into the mat. And last one. Don't feel like you have to go all the way back. Just go back as far as feels challenging for you, and then come back forward. Now we're going to add a little bit of movement in. Big inhale. Exhale, we're going to curl back into that C-shaped position. When we're back here, we're going to take an inhale. Arms come up into the sky. Let your biceps pass your ears. Exhale, hands come down. Big inhale, and then exhale, curl back up. Sit up tall, roll the shoulders away. Then again, we roll off the bony parts of the bum, curl into your C curve. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands back down, and then curl back up. Try and keep your feet down on the mat. Last one, we're going to go down. We're going to hold our C curve. And from here, arms come up with an inhale. Exhale, arms come down, then arms go back up. Stay in that C curve. Now your belly might start to wobble and shake here, and that's perfectly fine. We have lovely stabilizing muscles in the core, and when they work, sometimes they wobble and shake, but that's where they'll adapt and get stronger. So those wobbles and shakes are good. Don't panic if they happen. You can always sit up a little bit if you need to. We're going to go for 4. Inhale as the arms go up. Feel your tummy lengthen. Exhale as the hands come down. Last 2. And the last 1. Hands forward. Big inhale. Exhale, roll back up. Sit up tall, roll the shoulders away. Now we're going to advance it. We're going to try lifting a single leg when we go back. So we're going to sit up tall, stack the spine, roll the shoulders away. Big inhale, exhale down into your C curve. Now you don't have to go all the way back on this one if you want to, because it's a little bit more challenging. Inhale, arms up overhead. You're going to keep your bum down. You're going to bring your right leg into tabletop. Exhale, hands down by your right hip. Inhale overhead. Exhale down by your left hip. Inhale overhead. Exhale down. And inhale up. We're just going for 4 more. And 3. And 2. And last one. Hold the arms up overhead. Pop that foot down. Opposite leg up. Big inhale. Exhale, hands come down. Inhale, hands come up. You should really start to feel the core working here to hold you in position. Inhale and exhale. If you need to take a break at any point, just pop the feet down, roll forward. You can rest your head between your knees. We're going to go for another 3 deep breaths. For 2. And last one. Hands up, foot down. Hands can come forward. You can roll yourself forward. Rest your head between your knees. Take a few deep breaths. Now to finish that movement out, we'll try just to do a quick teaser. So set your feet up just as they were, just about hip distance apart or shoulder distance apart. Sit up tall on the bony parts of the bum, hands can come out forward, lengthen your spine, chest is facing forward. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, rolling down into that C curve position. You can keep the hands forward, that's going to be a little bit easier. To make it harder, we're going to inhale, hands up into the sky. When you're ready, big inhale, right leg tabletop, hold it there. Lower it down with an exhale. Inhale, left leg up. Lower down with an exhale. Inhale, right leg up. Down with an exhale. Inhale, left leg up. Now hold it here. Can you bring your right leg up to meet your left? Can you lengthen your legs out? Hold that there for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One leg comes down, other leg comes down. Hands come forward, roll forward. You can rest your head between your knees. You can reach your hands forward or back behind you just to get a little stretch into the shoulders. Take some deep breaths. Now we'll just ease the spine out a little bit. We'll do a roll down, okay? So you can sit with your feet about hip distance apart, knees bent. Plant the feet down into the mat, okay? Sit up nice and tall on the bony parts of the bum, lengthen your spine, hands can come forward. This time, you'll go beyond your C curve. We're going to lie down fully on the mat. Disc by disc, we'll lower ourselves down. So hands come forward, big inhale, sitting up on the bony parts of the bum. Exhale, roll off the bony parts of the bum. Disc by disc, curl down, tuck your chin in, look towards the belly button. Every disc, one at a time, comes down onto the mat. Keep your feet on the mat, very important for this exercise. Fully plant your head, reach your arms up behind your head. Then the hands can come forward, up out from your shoulders, tuck your chin in. Big inhale. Exhale, you're going to curl up, tuck your chin in. Let your chest scoop back. Disc by disc, I want you to roll up. Come up to sitting upright. Sit all the way up. Now if you found that easy, you were able to keep the feet down, you could try this with the legs lengthened out in front. It's a bit harder, okay? If the last one was challenging enough, keep your knees bent, otherwise straight legs. Feet stay glued to your mat. Sit up nice and tall. We're going to roll down, roll off the bony parts of the bum. Disc by disc, you're going to roll down. Try and keep those feet on the mat as best you can. Disc by disc, going down. Once the shoulders are planted, rest your head, reach your arms back. Arms can come forward, tuck your chin in, scoop the chest back, scoop the tummy, disc by disc, rolling up. Sitting up nice and tall, roll the shoulders away. And then again, we're going to go for 2 more. Remember, you can always have the knees bent if you need to. Use your breath to help you look towards that belly button. And remember, we're trying to connect with every disc in the spine here. It should be like a nice spine massage. Hands come up, tuck the chin in. You never want to drag your head off the mat. You want to tuck your chin in and scoop up. Let your shoulder blades help you on the way up. Last one. Breathe, let that breath help you. Big inhale at the bottom, exhale, curling up. Sitting up tall at the top, and then release your hands, roll your shoulders up. Now we're going to do our ab series next. So you can very gently, you can do a roll down just as we did if you want to practice it a bit more. Otherwise, you can just take one hand onto your shin and just slowly rock yourself back to lying down. Now when you're lying down, we want to bring the feet about hip distance apart. So you only need about a tennis ball distance between your feet and between your knees. And we want to make sure that we have our neutral spine, our neutral pelvis. So if you've been tuning into class, you'll know that we do some pelvic tilts here when we're lying down to make sure that we're in the right position. If you're not sure, I'll go through it with you now. So you can place your hands onto those hip bones. What we're going to do is rock the hip bones forward, create a big space in our low back. So I'm going to create a big huge arch. I can fit my hand through here. Then I'm going to roll my hips to my belly button and plant my back on the mat. I can't fit my hands through at all. Then again, big inhale, rocking those hip bones forward towards my pubic bone. And then exhale, bringing those hip bones back. Now I'm only suggesting a breath. Don't panic if this breath doesn't work for you. Do it the other way around. But what I want you to do is the length of time you're rocking your hips forward, do an inhale or an exhale. The length of time you're rocking the hips back, an inhale or an exhale. You should really feel the difference between having your back dramatically arched and your back really pinned. And what I want you to do then is find a place between these 2 points that's balanced. So you're not completely arched, not completely pinned. You just have enough space in your low back to fit your fingertips. Or if you imagine some blueberries in your low back, they're not rolling around, but they're not going to get squished, okay? Place your hands back on your hip bones. We're now going to lift your right hip bone up and drop your left hip down. So one bum cheek will lift as the other presses down into the mat. Then we'll switch, left hip bone up, right hip bone down. So I'm doing this kind of a movement with my hips, one up and one down. And again, we're finding that place between the two that's balanced. So feel the difference between left and right, and find a place that's balanced left to right and between your belly button and your pubic bone. So we're completely balanced in the pelvis here. And that's what you want to try to keep when we're doing our ab work, okay? We don't want to completely wedge our back into the mat unless we're doing certain things with our legs. We'll come to that as we go through. From here then, we're going to bring our right leg into tabletop and our left leg into tabletop. If anyone struggles with their hips, if they find it hard to keep their legs up in tabletop, feet can come to your bum, knees a little closer to your chest. When you do this, your back will plant into the mat. I want you to try and create a little bit of space there if that happens. Otherwise, we're in that tabletop position, inner thighs stuck together to keep them nice and active. What we're going to do from here is take our hands behind our head, have our elbows out wide. I'm going to take a nice big inhale, and as I exhale, I'm going to curl my shoulders up. I'm going to look towards my belly button, lift into an abdominal crunch. Inhale, I'm going to lower back down. Then again, big exhale, I'm going to curl up. Big inhale, I'm going to curl down. And again, exhale, lifting up, move your ribs towards your hips. Inhale, create space between your ribs and hips. Looking towards the belly button as I lift up. And always trying my best not to just pull my head up. If you imagine you had a really tight jumper on and you were taking the jumper off overhead. So you scoop your shoulders up and off the mat and then you lower them back down. So really it's the head, neck and shoulders lift together rather than the head and then the neck and the shoulders. Everything lifts as one. And that takes time, so don't panic if you're not getting that today. That can take a long time to get, but just try and work on it from now. On your next one, we're going to go up, we're going to hold it there. From here, I'm going to take my hands onto my left shin. I'm going to bring that knee into my chest, reach the opposite leg out. Now, the lower you have the leg, the harder it's going to be, so you can always have the leg higher to make it easier. Try and keep your shoulder blades up and off the mat. Big inhale, exhale, switch legs. Big inhale, exhale, switch legs. This is our single leg stretch. We're going to be working the core, a little bit of core endurance. I'd like you to keep breathing to keep the core nice and active. And we're also getting a lovely stretch in our hips and our hamstrings. We're going to go for another 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay up there. I want you to lengthen the bent leg. We're going to go for butterflies. You're going to switch the legs. Straight legs. You can always take your hands to the back of the leg that's coming towards you. Shoulder blades are still up. Try and create as much space between the 2 feet as you can, but if you need to go to a smaller movement, you can. If you need to bend the knees, you can. Go for 6, for 5, for 4, and 3, and 2, and last one. Knees come in, rest your head down. Give yourself a little baby rock from side to side. Take some long, deep breaths. When you're ready then, bring your legs back to tabletop. Hands can come back behind your head, elbows wide. Nice big inhale. Exhale, we're going to curl up. This time I'm going to take both hands to both thigh bones, shin bones, bring my knees towards my chest. Big inhale. Exhale, I'm going to reach the legs out, reach my arms out. Inhale, draw back in. Exhale, I'm going to reach it out. Inhale, draw back in. I'm exhaling as I reach the legs out because when I exhale, my abdominal wall shortens and tightens, so the core can really work there to help you on the hardest part of the movement. Again, go higher with the legs to make it easier. Go lower with your legs to make it harder. The lower you go with the legs, the more you hit the lower abdominals, so that's why it gets harder there. We go for another 4. Shoulders stay up. And 3. And 2. And last one. Knees come in. You can rest your head down. Rock the body side to side. Take a few deep breaths. Now we're going to do a move called the 100. So in Pilates, we have the 100. It's core endurance. If you need to take a rest at any point during this, you absolutely can. Otherwise, try and keep moving with it. If you need to rest the head at any stage during this, you can, okay? So we're going to be inhaling for a count of 5 and exhaling for a count of 5. When you're ready, we're going to bring the legs to tabletop. We're going to have the hands behind the head, elbows wide to start. Remember, if you can't hold the legs on tabletop, feet to your bum, knees to your chest. Nice big inhale. Exhale, we're going to lift the head, neck and shoulders up. Bring your hands to the outsides of your thighs, about mid-thigh. If you want to make this harder, straight legs. The lower you go, the harder it is. I'm going to stay on tabletop. You're going to pump the arms up and down. We're going to inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 sets to go. Inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees in, rest down. So that's 100. It's one of the most famous Pilates moves. It's 100 breaths, pure core endurance. Really nice move to do. If you did it today with the legs on tabletop or maybe with your head down, next week try the head up and try straight legs. You can always modify week to week as we go, okay? Last thing we're going to do is hit the sides of the core. So we've hit our stabilizing muscles, we've hit the endurance muscles, we've hit all the deep core muscles. Now we just need to hit the sides, okay? So when you're ready, legs into tabletop again, hands behind the head, nice and wide. Big inhale. Exhale, you're going to curl up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hinge at the hips to tap my right foot down. As I tap my right foot down to the mat, I'll reach my right elbow to my left knee. Bring my elbows to center as I bring the leg back. Left foot taps down, left elbow, right knee. Bring it back. Exhale, twist. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist. Inhale to center. So I want you to reset between repetitions. We'll go for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, nearly there, for 2, and the last one. Knees come into the chest. Give yourself a little baby rock from side to side. Now the cores have done enough work from here. You can pop one foot down, keep one knee into your chest, lean back and rock yourself to sitting upright. The cores are really active now, so it's a good time to do some planks when the core is already warmed up, so they can really work to help us, and we can strengthen through the spine and we can strengthen through our back, okay? So what I want you to do is come to standing to the end of your mat, or if you don't have a mat, just make sure you have a bit of space in front of you, because we will be walking out with the hands. So bring yourself up to standing. I'm going to go to the end of my mat. I'm going to stand up nice and tall. What we do in Pilates, when we go to a plank to push-up movement, we walk out in 3 steps with our hands to get to a plank, okay? So have your feet just about hip distance apart. You've given yourself good base and support. I'm going to walk my hands down. My right hand 1, left hand 2, right hand 3. That's my 3 steps to plank. I'm going to walk my hands back. 1, 2, 3. Roll myself up, stand up tall, roll the shoulders away. Try to keep your legs straight as you do this if you can. We'll get a good stretch in the hamstrings then as well. Walking the hands forward. 1, 2, 3. Try and have a straight line in the back once you're out in your plank. Walk the hands back. 1, 2, 3. Stand up. Roll the shoulders away. We're going to do 2 more just like that. Walk the hands down. 1, 2, 3. Walk the hands back. 1, 2, 3. Stand up. Roll the shoulders away. If anyone's having any issues with the wrists here, roll your mat up at the end so you can place your hands down on the mat with a little bit of cushioning. Walk the hands out. 1, 2, 3. This time we're doing our plank to push up. You hold yourself here. If you need to go down to your knees, create a line between your shoulder, hip and knee. Otherwise we stay up in our plank. Your elbows stay close to the sides of your body. You're going to lower down into a push up. Bring your chest close to the mat. Press yourself up. Walk your hands back. 1, 2, 3. Stand up. That's our Pilates plank to push up. We'll do it again. Walk your hands forward. 1, 2, 3. Elbows stay close, lower it down. Drop to your knees if you need to. Press back up. Hands come back. 1, 2, 3. Stand it up. We're just going to do that 2 more times. Always with our 3 steps. Always with our back straight in our plank. You can always do a half push up if you don't have a full one. 1, 2, 3. Last one. Walk your hands out. 1, 2, 3. Elbows close. Push up, lift, and then this time go to your knees if you're not already there. So if you've walked back up, just come back out into your plank, but we're going for a half plank. In a half plank position, you're like a ski slope. So between your shoulder, hip and knee, there should be a straight line. If the wrists are hurting you, roll your mat up and then place your hands on the rolled up mat, okay? It'll just give you a little bit of extra support. From here, spread my fingers, spread my thumbs out, plant my feet down flat. I'm going to transfer all the weight and focus into my left hand. I'm going to reach my right arm up and out. Release my shoulders from my ears. Bring that right hand down, transfer the weight. Opposite arm comes up. Inhale to center. Exhale, reach. You can always do the arms out in front if you don't have rotation to the sides. We'll go for another 3. For 2. And the last one. Hands to center. From here, bring your hands forward, bring your knees out wide, bring your feet together. Sit your bum back onto your heels. We'll go for a little child's pose. Let your chest sink down and just take a few deep breaths. From having the hands forward, I want you to walk your hands out to the left side of your mat or out beyond your left shoulder. Walk your right hand across your left, so you should get a really big stretch across the right side of your body into your lats. Try and keep your bum down as you do, your chest down. Walk your hands back to center and walk them out to the right. Left hand comes across the right. Feel that stretch. Bring the hands to center and bring yourself up to a table position. Wrists slightly forward of your shoulders, spread your fingers, spread your thumbs, press your hands into the mat so our shoulders are nice and strong. From here, reach your right leg back out straight and then your left leg back out straight. We're into a plank position, okay? So just like this. I want a line between your head, your shoulders and your bum. From here, I'm going to take my left hand to my right foot. I'm going to reach towards it if you can't reach the foot. Bring the hand back into your plank position. Opposite hand, opposite foot. Bum goes up, head goes down as you reach back. Head goes forward as the hand comes back. Look back at the foot as you reach for it. Look forward as you come forward. Look back at the foot as you reach. Forward as you come forward. We'll go for 6. Bum goes up as the head goes down. For 5. For 4. And 3. Nearly there. And 2. And the last one. Hands forward, knees down. This time I want you to keep your bum up high in the sky. Arms reach forward into a shell stretch. So I'm opening out the bony parts of my bum to the wall behind me or to the sky behind me. I'm pressing my chest down towards my mat, sinking my head between my shoulders and taking really, really long, deep breaths. Every breath you do, feel the bony parts of the bum open out a little bit wider. I'm going to hold that there for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk your hands back to the sides of your head, come up into that table position, and then when you're ready, we're going to come up to standing. So come up to standing, again towards the end of your mat. So we're going to do some lunges and some squats next. Again, if you have any injuries going on, ankle, knee or hip, just do a bit of a smaller movement. If you need to modify, I'll give modifications as we go. You can start with the hands on the hips, feet about hip distance apart. What I'm going to do is step my right foot forward, so I've got a bit of space between my 2 legs. Both of my legs are straight now. I'm up on the ball of my back foot. From here, I'm going to transfer the weight forward onto that right foot, spread my toes, bend my knee, bend my back knee down, press my hips forward, and then I'll lift back up, both legs straight. Then again, I'm going to lower down, drop my back knee down, press my front knee forward, I'm going to lift back up. I'm getting a really good stretch in my hips here as I lower and lift. Deep breaths all the time. Don't worry if the front knee is going beyond the ankle, that's okay, because we're trying to stretch the hip out. We're trying to get a good stretch on the knee, so it doesn't have to stay over the ankle today. We're looking actually for a bit of a deeper stretch. That front thigh bone, as it goes forward, will roll outward. So externally roll that front leg. Your back thigh bone rolls inward. So that outside of that back thigh bone moves in towards the front leg. That's how your bones naturally move in this. Front thigh bone out, back thigh bone in. Go for another 3. For 2. Now last one, go down, hold it. Back knee down. You can always flatten that back foot out if you need to, if that's more comfortable for your foot. We're going to press that front knee forward even more. Let the back hips sink down. Now you can keep your hands on your hips, or if you need to have your hands down. Otherwise, I'm going to take both arms up into the sky. Bring my hands together. I'm going to keep pressing my hips forward. I'm going to lean my body back. Look up towards the sky. And I'm going to lift my breastbone up. Let my arms start to reach back. Deep breaths. Hold that there for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flex back up onto the ball of that back foot. Stand yourself up. And then walk the feet back in. We're going to do the same thing now on the opposite leg. So you can do a little wriggle out with the feet or the hips if you need to. Set your feet back up about hip distance apart. Step that left foot forward, okay? So you choose how wide you want to go with the feet here. From standing with the legs straight up in the ball of the back foot, I'm going to send my front knee forward, drop my back knee down. And then I'm going to bring myself back up. So I'm going to press my front knee forward, back knee down, and I'm going to lift back up, both legs straight. Front knee pressing forward, can go beyond the ankle, back knee down. Again, you can have the hands on the hips, or you can have the hands in front of the chest. You can even go hands overhead if you want to advance. We'll go for another 3. For 2, spread the toes on that front foot. Give yourself good base and support. Last one, drop down. Press that front knee forward. Back foot you can flatten out and press that hip bone forward. So it's like your hips are going down to the mat. Hands can come up overhead, or you can keep the hands on the hips if that doesn't feel good for you. Eye focus goes up, breastbone goes up. I'm going to start to lean my body back as I press my hips forward. Deep breaths. I'm going to hold that there for 6, for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to come back onto the ball of the back foot, and I'm going to slowly stand myself back up. We can slowly bring our feet back in together now and just shimmy the legs out. Now I'm going to come to facing forward. We're going to do some squats next, okay? So we're going to stand with our feet about shoulder width apart. Big toes turned out. Make sure your feet are in line, okay? You can have your hands on your hips, or you can have your hands in front of your chest. Feet stay wide, knees are going to open out. So I'm going to roll my thigh bones outwards as I lower into my squat, and I'm going to stand back up. So my thigh bones are rolling outwards. I'm pressing into the heels of my feet. The bony parts of my bum are opening out as I lower and stand back up. I'm not tucking my bum under. I'm not trying to keep the back of my lower back straight. Your lower back will have a tiny arch when you do this, just a tiny one, just because we're opening out the bony parts of the bum. We're going to go for 4. Keep sending those knees out as you lower. For 3, for 2. Now last one, go down, hold it there. Left elbow comes in the inside of my left knee. I'm pressing that knee out. My right knee is going to keep moving out. I'm going to reach my right arm up into the sky. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, float it up. Inhale, lower down. Now take your eye focus with that hand. We're going to go for 4. For 3, keep the knees moving out. For 2. And last one. Bring the hand to center, stand it up, roll the shoulders away. When you're ready, lower back down. Right elbow inside the right knee, press that knee out. Left knee is moving out as well, left arm up. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, float it up. Deep breaths, take your eye focus with that moving hand. Last 3. Last 2. And last one. Hand to center, stand it up. Roll the shoulders away. When you're ready then, lower back down. This time left hand comes down to the mat, right hand to the mat. It's like you're clapping hands. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, bring it up and down. Knees keep moving out as we rotate. So now it's on you to press those knees out without the elbow. For 3, for 2, and last one. To center, stand it up. Give the legs a little shake out if they need it now. Last one, opposite side. Lower down, knees down, bum opening out, right hand down, left arm up and down. Use that breath. Really try and rotate as best you can. Don't worry if one side is a little weaker than the other. We all have one side a little bit more mobile. For 3, for 2, and last one. Stand it up. Give the legs a little shake out. Now you're going to set your feet up with your feet facing forward. We're going to do a side lunge, okay? So with the feet facing forward, legs straight to start. Come down onto the right knee, left leg stays straight. Now feel the position of the hips, the height of the hips, keep them that same height, bring them across. Opposite knee bends, opposite leg lengthens, and across. Huge stretch for the hips and the inner thighs, so don't worry if you feel it. You can go narrower with the feet if you need to, just keep the hips the same height across. We go for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, take your breath with you. And last one. Bring it to center, walk the feet in. Now we'll finish off with an elephant stretch. So we'll stand with your feet about hip distance apart, and we're going to walk our feet, hands forward on the mat. Have your hands about shoulder width apart, and now sink your head between your shoulders. Sink your chest towards your thighs. Try and have the backs of the thighs straight, and then sink even deeper. Look between your knees to the wall behind you. Press your breastbone forward. Now from here, bend your right knee, keep your left leg straight. Right bum cheek drops down, left bum cheek lifts up. And then switch. Left bum cheek drops down, right bum cheek lifts up. And then switch. Now as you switch from left to right, let your shoulders move. Let your chest move forward and back, sinking into the stretch a little deeper. Take your breath with you, and always looking back to the wall behind you. We'll go for 4, for 3, for 2, and the last one. Slowly walk your feet into your hands. Walk your hands towards your feet. Now with the bend in your knees, connect your chest onto your thighs. Let your arms hang down really heavy. Give them a little shake out. Let your head hang down really heavy. You can shake your head no, and then nod your head yes. And then just let your head hang down really heavy. Now every breath you do, try to lengthen your legs, keeping your chest close to your thighs. So you'll get a big huge stretch all the way through from the backs of your knees up into where your hamstrings insert in the center of your bum. When your legs can't get any straighter, let your chest peel off just enough that you can get the backs of the thighs straight. Spread your toes, give yourself good base and support, and then very gently start to roll up. Peel that spine up, disc by disc, on top of your hips. The very last thing to come up, your shoulders, your neck, your head. Roll your shoulders away, and then you can roll the shoulders forward. Take a big inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, open out and around, and one more big breath up and out, and you're all done.